William Deal. I'm the Director of Accountability and Technology for East Allen County Schools. Well, when I look back at our deployment and the choice of the iPad started about a year ago when we had information concerning blended learning in schools. We like that model where it's partial traditional classroom and partial use of technology. Then the next piece of that was to go out and find a proper device that's the right fit for our corporation and our students. So by going with the iPads, we had more devices. We had devices that required a lot less maintenance and were easy to carry around. We decided with the size and scope that we had, 8,300 iPads, about 7,800 of those going to students, there was no template to follow.
After our board approved the iPads for distribution, we had to come up with a plan to distribute the 8,000 iPads, taking the 5 different areas and distributing the iPads per area one night. So it was quite an undertaking. The largest distribution was about 1,500 iPads in one night out at Leo High School, and that took about an hour and a half to get the over 300 people, or 3,000 people rather, through the lines. My name is Ben Byers. I work for East Allen County Schools as a systems engineer. I've worked in school systems for the past 6.5 years. My role in that distribution was to monitor the FileWave server and make sure that all the iPads were registered correctly. Along with their tech support, everything went exceptionally smoothly. You know, when they flew people in to be by my side, everything was fine and they didn't need to touch anything. When I told them I didn't need anybody, they were able to remote in and successfully kept us on our way. So with the recommendations that Apple made as well as FileWave, we developed a plan on how to best distribute and implement both Apple's utilities as well as FileWave's MDM system. They took a very active role in setting the server up so it was optimized to handle the 8,000 iPads that we have. Our VMware setup is fairly robust. We have several different ESXi servers and a Blade Center running. Lots of RAM, SAN storage, the works. The ability to run a single VM server to handle the 8,000 iPads with FileWave has been a great feature. The fact that we've been able to balance the server load between the servers as well as utilize the hardware that we already have has been a great thing for us.
You cannot conduct a classroom the same way when you have 30 iPads and one-to-one in a classroom. If you could imagine if every student had a smartphone in the schools and you're going to have the attention of the class and you're going to conduct class as you always did with your back to the class, writing on the chalkboard, those days are gone. So our teachers are adapting to that. Our big focus for this year is the LMS, the Learning Management System. Everybody learned how to do the workflow using iPads and how the communications work. And we have a gradual release from that which starts out very, very tutorial with them and moves the teacher to more independence. This is such a paradigm shift for some individuals. When you look at workflows and so forth, they're going to be paperless. Handouts and paper has been steadfast for years and years. In the world of education, kids sitting in rows and teachers teaching at the front of the classroom has been steadfast for years. All of that is changing in the most rapid way.
The ability to push out many apps to many different grade levels is possible only due to the fact that we have FileWave. One issue that we'd run in with using other MDM vendors was the ability to push out updated apps to the iPads. Some just didn't handle it correctly, some didn't have the ability to. Some you had to delete the app from the iPad and distribute it as if it were a new app, which means you also lose the student data. With FileWave, we're able to push out, say, version 1 of the app, and when there's an update, you download the latest update to FileWave, and FileWave will then notify the iPad that there is an update to that program. So the curriculum is constantly changing, so the ability to be able to push something out at a moment's notice is a big, big feature. Within 2 weeks of notifying FileWave that we needed the ability to distribute iBooks, FileWave already had a beta in development and was able to update us to it, and we were distributing just fine to all the students.
Our main reason for having FileWave is to keep our sanity as far as managing that many devices. You have to have a very good product Some of the things that we can do, for example, we knew that there was a possibility for some theft and stolen devices and those type of things. FileWave allows us to have those in our system, allows us to work with Cisco, and if we're missing an iPad, somebody calls in immediately and we can start the track, pulling the necessary information on that iPad and watching that iPad as it moves from AP to AP, tracking that student right down the hallway. The best part of FileWave, I've had conversations with people from FileWave and worked with them hand in hand as we got ready for a deployment. They are eager to help you and ease your mind about how things are going to go. And this is the most important part. When they don't go like it was scripted, we were able to go to FileWave and get a quick fix, knowing that this was an inauguration of a gigantic deployment for Apple and for certainly the largest in Indiana and probably the largest in the Midwest. They were there to help and make sure that when there was an issue that arose, we were able to get it fixed and move forward. And that's the key part.